when I was a freshman in college, I sat behind a senior until about the last 3 games or so, and I ended up starting the last 3 games. I did okay. Played fine, I guess. And so the fall of my sophomore year, come back, 3 or 4 months later, and they had brought in a transfer who was also a sophomore. So in the D3 world, when you only have 2 goalies on the team and they bring in someone your age and he becomes the starter, that's a tough pill to swallow because you're going to sit potentially for 4 years other than 3 games during freshman year. Does that make sense? Right? It'll be one thing if you brought in a freshman and there was a junior and then he was a senior, you were a sophomore, and you sort of rotated like that. So I spent the next 4 months, or whenever it was from October to January, fighting to get my job back. I was in the weight room every day. I was listening to loud music to get fired up for practice. Every day was like a game. Okay, I worked so hard. And by the time the season came around, I was named the starter. And the first game I played pretty well. We lost to Nazareth, but I played pretty decent. Then we played Colgate. We beat them, and I got the game ball. So again, I played pretty well. I was captain for the week. And the next game, we played Cortland, which was a big rivalry between Ithaca and Cortland up there in upstate New York. And I was so worried that I wouldn't play well that I played awful. I was just awful. Because if I had messed up, if I was bad at all, I knew I was going to get pulled. Because I had fought so hard, tooth and nail, to get that spot, that if I messed up just a little bit, I was done. But that comes from a sense of insecurity. I wasn't confident about my game. Basically, what I was trying to do, I was trying to perform in front of the coach so that I played well. So he could say, oh, yeah, he's playing well. I didn't stop the ball. And so I was so focused on trying to keep my job, I didn't do my job. Does that make sense to everybody? What do we say my job is? Stop the ball, right? What did I try to do? What's that? Impress the coach. So every showcase that you go to, right? Talk about lacrosse goalie psychology. The recruiting world has gotten insane, right? And if you go there and you're like, okay, there's, let's say you have really good grades and you got Harvard, Princeton, Yale, and Virginia, and Michigan, and Georgetown, all right there, all those coaches. It's easy to get caught up in saying, oh, they're right there, this is my chance. Does that make sense? And that's just normal. This is why I do what I do, is to help you guys understand that that is normal. Yeah, you're supposed to worry about that. You know why? Because it's the rest of your life you're talking about, right? Potentially. Now, clients that I have, I will help them understand that it's not the school that they go to that's going to make them successful. It's going to be you. You are the person that will make you successful, not the school or the team that you play for. Does everybody understand that? Success is not the bumper sticker on your parents' car. Does that make sense? You create your success. Okay? So don't think that, I didn't get a call from Princeton. That means nothing. All right? You generate your success.